We are living in a moment where Americans don't necessarily value the importance of democracy. That's a huge problem, and we don't have time to wait. We need to act now.
You cannot have a democracy without an informed citizenry. Teaching that is itself one of the highest forms of enacting your citizenship.
The Academy for American Democracy is a program that's designed to teach sixth graders all about civics education and history education, getting them excited about how they can participate in their communities and learning all about the connections between ancient Athenian democracy and democracy here in the United States.
By studying Athenian democracy, you can see an experiment in direct self-governance and use it both to understand who we are and how we've gotten to where we are, but also how we might improve.
Our responsibility is to connect the past with the present in ways that will make that past vivid for a young person, will make it come alive for them. It is extremely important that young people be aware of both the ideals of freedom and equality that were set forth at the founding of this nation, and the fact that we have always been an experiment and that they have agency to make this nation better.
My favorite thing is seeing how quickly they actually grasp the concept of democracy. So it doesn't take long for them to actually put it into action in the classroom.
One of the important elements is that it takes place here on site in the New York Historical Society, where students call the museum their school for 4 days straight.
We are teaching them history with the stuff of history, all of our objects, our artifacts, our paintings, our documents. So we're using our vast collection to actually engage students in understanding the history of democracy here in the United States.
We're not just talking about the revolution with students. We're going and looking at a painting of the pulling down of the statue of King George, and we're looking at the tail of the statue that they are pulling down. Nothing can replicate that. And that's why it's so important that this program take place in the museum itself and not just be something that is in a classroom.
So I agree. I think that homework is very important.
By the time they come out of this program, they have a deep understanding of how our democracy works, of the role that they play right now.
New York City public school students, many of them, are dramatically under-resourced. The New York Historical Society's efforts to take that cultural richness to the schools, through the teachers, to the students, is absolutely a fulfillment of the mission and the spirit with which it began.
This is an expensive program because we are committed to making the entire program free. And so we cover the cost of transportation for all of our partner schools in the 5 boroughs so that they can come to the museum. Our goal is to serve 1/3 of all 6th graders in New York City.
We have an urgent and pressing need for really good space that has in mind a young person's need.
The biggest barrier to public schools is they can't afford to do this. And so we're looking for individuals that will help us raise the money needed to make it affordable for schools so that we can pay for the educators and the buses and the snacks and the materials and the resources that students need to have that fully immersive experience. And again, to have it completely for free.
Our goal may seem an ambitious one, but we can do it. We know we can do it.
We really, truly believe that these young people are going to grow up and become future leaders within their communities.
As a child of immigrants, I'm acutely aware that what's going on here is very special. And the opportunity to participate in self-government, the opportunity to change the world in which we live, this is not given. This is not granted. You have an opportunity that really very few people have. If you can share that with the students, then I think that's a really important thing to do.